to another video. Today, instead of a vlog about my life, I'm going to be doing a video about how to vlog. Some of the people at AIM have asked me to help other racers with their video vlogs. So that's what I'm doing today. If you're watching this video and you've never watched one of my videos before, you just clicked on it. I'm on the world race. It's an 11-month mission trip to 11 different countries, and I have been vlogging it. I'm in month 8 and I'm in Swaziland. So the first thing I want to talk about is the biggest tip I have and the biggest mistake I see people make, and that is to focus on the story that you're telling and the clips that you're filming and how they all fit together. A lot of times people just create like a nice video that has lots of cool, interesting footage, but none of it works together, none of it actually makes sense as a story. So what is key to a vlog is to make sure that the thing you filmed and the next thing you film connect together. And the best way you can do that is just taking the camera, pointing it at your face, and explaining what's going on. Okay, so we are going on a scavenger hunt now. Okay, we are done with our scavenger hunt and we just had lunch at Nando's, which was so good, and now we are grocery shopping. So make sure to select a title that's not just gonna attract your mom and your grandma and people in the world race community, but it's gonna draw people from all over the internet. For example, if the video is about someone is getting their sight back, don't call the video like Sammy and I go to the park, because no one knows who Sammy is. Call the video like a miracle a man sees again, because that is a little more generic and people are gonna click on it from all over the internet, all over the world, and they're gonna start paying attention to your content, which ultimately is pointing people to Christ, and ultimately that's the goal. So once you get people to watch your video, they're gonna stick around for your personality and for who you are. So just be yourself, be candid, be authentic in your videos, and people are gonna like that, people are gonna be drawn to that, and they're gonna watch more of your videos.
The past is all behind me, buried in the sky.
Surprise everybody. Oh shoot. The next thing I want to talk about is the camera that I use. I get asked what camera I use every single day. I used to film on the Canon S120, and now I just recently started filming on the Canon G7X. I also used to film a long time ago on the S110, and I would recommend all of those cameras because they have wide angle lenses, so you can film the way I do. I'm literally just holding the camera in my hand right now, and I'm getting like my chest, I'm getting my head, I'm getting the background. If you can't afford any of those cameras, I would still recommend, no matter what, getting one with a wide angle lens. Sometimes I also film on a DSLR. I have a Canon T3i with a 50mm lens, and then I also have a 18 to 135mm lens. And I'll use those when I feel like it. They're really heavy, so I don't typically vlog on them, but if I make other videos, that's kind of why I have them. I also sometimes film on a GoPro, but I don't really like GoPro footage, and I typically would just use my teammate's GoPro. Mine actually got stolen last month, so I don't have one anymore. But I would recommend, big tip, don't buy a GoPro, because so many people on your squad are gonna have one and you can just borrow theirs. I guarantee there's gonna be like 10-15 people on the squad that have one, and they're rarely gonna use them and have no problem with letting you borrow it. So save money and space and just borrow the GoPro whenever you need it. And for me, I only use it literally when I'm like underwater or in the mud or something. Then people also always ask me what I edit my videos on, and I use Final Cut Pro. And that would bring me to my next tip, which is addressing the awkwardness and shyness you might have of just holding your camera out in front of you and talking to it. Because yeah, that's not something normal that people do in their everyday life. But something you have to remember is that it's not uncomfortable for people to watch it. So right now you're watching me talk to my camera, and I'm assuming that you feel really comfortable with that. It's not weird for you, and it's not weird for me to watch people, to watch people's vlogs and to watch how they talk to their camera. So just remember that, even though you're walking down the street and you're pulling out your camera, and it might be super weird. It was super weird for me at first. But it's not weird for the people that are watching it, and eventually you'll get used to it and you'll remember that it's worth it to have that footage. Next tip, this is really specific to the world race, and that would be to teach your team to use your camera. And Jules has this really cool camera that I get to use all the time. All the time. We're having a formal training on how to use it. Yep, it's real business. I absolutely love it. My team that I'm on now is super comfortable just like grabbing my camera and talking and like getting more footage from me, and it's really fun, especially because sometimes I don't even know they've done it, and I go to edit and I have little like clips from them. So not only will it create less work for you, but it's more fun for everyone. So my next tip is gonna be about music. I cannot recommend enough putting music into your vlogs when it's applicable. I don't have music in every single vlog. Sometimes I really like the ambient noise and I don't feel like it's necessary. But a lot of times it really adds to the story that you're telling, just kind of move along the plot, I guess, of your day. So the key is to just have a balance between talking and ambient noise as well as music. So you don't want the entire vlog to be music and no talking, because then it's hard to advance the story unless you're going for something a little more creative, in which case it's probably not a vlog. And as far as music goes, remember, if you're putting the video on YouTube, there's a lot of like legality you have to be aware of. So you're not allowed to put anything on YouTube that you did not create. You can't use copyrighted music. You need to use royalty-free music if you plan on monetizing your video. So that means if you want to click the little button that says monetize, and your video will have commercials on it, in which case you'll start making money off the video. You cannot use any music that you didn't create or that isn't like royalty free. However, if you don't want to monetize the video, then you can have a lot more flexibility with the song choices. So what I would do is go to youtube.com. They have a button that says create, and then they have a whole music library. They have both royalty free and then non-royalty free. So if you want to use, for example, I used a One Direction song once. Basically, I went on there, I looked up the song, and it told me all of the rules behind that song, and it said you're welcome to use it, but you can't monetize it, and it won't be able to play in like 3 or 4 countries. So it was like England and Ireland or some specific countries, and I was okay with those terms, so I used the song. Okay, my last tip is to just be respectful of others. You can't just film anybody anytime you want. Typically, if I'm filming a stranger, I will ask them, or I'll just point at my camera and be like, hey, like, can I take your photo? Or like, and usually, almost always, they're like, yeah, no problem. So if you see any footage in my vlogs of a person that I don't know, I've usually asked them. I just be really respectful of everyone that you're filming, because it's your choice to put your videos online and put your life online, and that's not necessarily a choice that someone else has made. So that is it for all my tips. If you have any more questions, feel free to comment below and I'll try my best to answer them. I hope this was helpful, and I hope that you start video blogging. So thanks for watching this video. I will see you in a more traditional vlog very soon.